بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. We are going to give my presentation on artificial intelligence, IA, and ethics. For the third part, we will focus mainly on UNESCO forums and some international programs presented by Professor Mohamed-Khireddine as part of the study day on ethics and deontology or professional conduct organized by the University of Biskra in collaboration with the Association of Former Heads of University Establishments on May 23, 2024. As we see in the plan of parts, we will now approach the third part concerning the UNESCO forums and some international programs. So, in this part 3, we will talk about UNESCO forums and some international programs. In this part 3, UNESCO forums and some international programs, we will follow the following sub-plan, that is to say, 1. Introduction to Global Observatory of Ethics and Governance of Artificial Intelligence, UNESCO Forums, 23, and 4. Investment in Generative Artificial Intelligence, 5. Need for standardization, 6. Data intermediaries of the international intelligence market, 7. What does UNESCO manage the artificial intelligence file, 8. Ethics of artificial intelligence, 9. The law on artificial intelligence, 10. What is the European law on artificial intelligence, 11. Franco-Canadian partnerships, 12. Mission of the CNAL in France, CNIL, 30. The 6 operational recommendations. So, as an introduction, in this third part, we will see the very first highlight to ethical problems of artificial intelligence in 1965 was Alan Turing with his famous Turing test, which is still relevant today. He questions the machine's ability to have a conversation with a man. A major test in the story of artificial intelligence of the capabilities of machines to solve increasingly complex problems. Already at the level of UNESCO and all countries of the world, there is talk of the Global Ethics Observatory and the governance of artificial intelligence. Good governance of artificial intelligence is one of the most important challenges of our time, which requires mutual learning based on lessons and best practice emerging from different jurisdictions around the world. The goal of the Global Observatory and Ethics and Governance of Artificial Intelligence is to provide a global resource. The political decision maker, the regulator, the academics, and to the private sector and to civil society. To find the solutions to the most pressing challenges posed by artificial intelligence. The observatory presents information on the state of readiness of different countries to adopt artificial intelligence in an ethical and responsible manner. It also hosts the Artificial Intelligence Ethics and Governance Laboratory, which brings together contribution, impactful research, toolbox, and good practice. So, in three sub-plan UNESCO forums, during these various forums, UNESCO brings together nearly 194 countries to discuss the opportunities and challenges of artificial intelligence. In November 2021, UNESCO, during its first forum on the ethics of artificial intelligence, adopted recommendations on the ethics of artificial intelligence. Is a very voluminous document, this document, emphasizing to four fundamental values: respect for human rights, the peers, diversity and inclusion, and the respect for the environment and the climate. It is the very first normative instrument of the subject. However, for Western countries, the notion of man is not perceived in the same way as the rest of the world. This is another ethical problem. The protection of human rights and dignity is the cornerstone of the recommendations, based on the consolidation of fundamental principles such as transparency and fairness, without ever losing sight of the importance of human responsibility in the control of artificial intelligence systems. However, what makes the recommendation exceptionally applicable are its many strategic areas of action, which enable policy markets to translate core value and principle into action regarding, among other things, data governance, the environment and ecosystems, the jobs and education of research, and health and social welfare. According to a study by two economists from the American bank Goldman Sachs, more than $200 billion will be invested in the field from 2021 to 2025, half of which will be in the United States. All this without forgetting to ask question of ethics and deontology. There is danger. In point one, either in terms of data itself, two, either in terms of schemes, and three, or in terms of fake news, facts, etc. For the second time, UNESCO organized a second global forum in the ethics of artificial intelligence on February 5, 6, 2024 in Crunch, in Slovenia, with nearly 119 countries on the opportunities and challenges of artificial intelligence in view of the prodigious development of generative artificial intelligence, ChatGPT. As for investment in generative artificial intelligence, is skyrocketing. We have seen that in 2022, investors are turning to generative artificial intelligence. The report from HAI from University of Stanford, this document, confirmed this trend. Funding for GenAI increased almost fivefold in 2023 compared to previous year to reach $25.2 billion, despite an overall decline in private investment in the sector. Artificial intelligence started in 2022. Major players in the sector, including OpenAI, Anthropic, Hugging Face, and Inflection, have announced very significant fundraising rounds for 2024 and 2025. So, need for standardization. There is an urgent need for standardization and accountability reporting on artificial intelligence. The High report highlights the absence of uniform and standard criteria for assessing to reliability of artificial intelligence systems. This lack of standardization makes it difficult to systematically compare to risks and limits of different artificial intelligence models. The main developers, such as OpenAI, Google, and Anthropic, therefore, most of the time use different benchmarks when testing their models in terms of responsibility. Appropriate standardization is crucial to building public trust in the use of artificial intelligence while ensuring ethical and transparent practices in the development and deployment of these technologies. As for data intermediaries of the artificial intelligence market, what we sort of call the Artificial Intelligence Consumer Association. Generative Artificial Intelligence, KAI, data intermediary guaranteeing a balanced and ethical data market. The Association for Data Intermediation, AID, was created in November 2023 by Acta Hub, Apidei Tourism, Davox, Hub on One, Data Trust, Orange Business, and Prometheus X, with the support with the Bank of Territories of France, this association. Faced with the rapid and global emergence of GenAI, it affirms the importance of data intermediaries, but in the ethical aspect of exchange and on that of respect for the right of data holders and the respect for computation law. A position at the heart of its contribution to the public consultation and generative artificial intelligence launched by the Computation Authority in February 2024. Now, the question arises with why is UNESCO managing these issues of artificial intelligence, while in principle it deals with the management of culture and the arts, because she has had a mandate for this for a number of years. She wants science and technology to develop with solid ethical safeguard, whether it is genetic research, climate change, and scientific research. UNESCO has set global standards to maximize uh, the benefits uh, of scientific discoveries while minimizing the risks so that they contribute to a more inclusive world, more sustainable, and more peaceful. It also identified major challenges in areas such as the ethic of neurotechnology, climate engineering, and the Internet of Things. Since November uh, 2022, ChatGPT and other generative artificial intelligence, conversational robots, chatbots, have revolutionized the way we work and disrupted the way to estimate and evaluate the impact of things. Big technologies companies are committed to implementing UNESCO recommendations. GSMA, INIT, Levono Group, LGI Research, Mastercard, Microsoft, Salesforce, and Telefonica have signed an unprecedented commitment to build more ethical artificial intelligence. These companies will implement the values and principles of the UNESCO recommendation and the ethic of artificial intelligence at every stage of the design and development for their artificial intelligence systems. Regarding the law on artificial intelligence, the European Union passed the very first laws in the world on artificial intelligence, uh, IE Act, this document, in April 21, 2021, which allows the ban of reservation and its use. It entered into force in March uh, 13, 2024. For example, limits on the use of facial recognition, exception for countries' security organ, the police, the limit on citizen rating, limit of the use of surveillance camera, except for the police. China has adopted unrestricted systematic control with artificial intelligence. I think we need to find a fair balance between the complete control of artificial intelligence and the technological innovation of artificial intelligence. What is the European law in artificial intelligence? The Artificial Intelligence Act has proposed European regulation on artificial intelligence. This is the first comprehensive regulation on uh, artificial intelligence from a major regulatory authority in the world, the European Commission. The law classifies application of artificial intelligence in three risk categories. First, applications and systems that create unacceptable risk, such as government-run social rating systems like those used in China, are banned. Second, a high-risk application like a resume scanning tool that ranks job applicants are subject to specific legal requirements. Finally, applications that are not explicitly and prohibited are listed as high risk, largely escape regulation. There are partnerships almost everywhere in the world. Sino, Sena, Algerian South Korean, French Canadian, American Canadian, American European, Anglo American, etc. But we are going to address our remarks on the Franco Canadian partnership. In 2018, a joint initiative of the Quebec Research Fund, FRQ, in the Ministry of Economy, Science and Innovation, MAISI, of Canada, is in development. It's aim to set up an international observatory focusing specifically on the societal impact of artificial intelligence and digital technology. Finally, bilateral partnership and artificial intelligence has been concluded between France and Canada, as well as between Quebec and Canada, indeed through a joint letter of intent on artificial intelligence. France and Canada commit to creating an international study group on artificial intelligence, which will aim to provide internationally recognized expertise on the subject. In a joint declaration of intention, Quebec and France commit to strengthening the partnership and agreement made possible by the comprehensive economic and trade agreement between European Union and Canada. As for the mission of the CNIL, C-N-I-L in French and in response and the mission entrusted to it by Digital Republic law to reflect on the social question posed by digital technologies. From January to November 2017, the CNIL led a public debate on algorithm and artificial intelligence. It involved 16 partners across France and resulted in the publication of a voluminous summary report containing several recommendations. This document. So, the 6 operational recommendations. These principles are the subject of variation in the form of 6 operational recommendations intended for both public authorities and the various components of civil society, businesses, general public, etc. Train all actor links in the algorithm chain, designer, professional, citizen, in ethic digital literacy must allow each human to understand the working of the machine. 2. Make algorithm system understanding by strengthening existing rights and organizing mediation with others. 3. Working on the design of algorithm system in the service of freedom, human, to counter the black box effect. 4. Establish a national platform for auditing algorithms. 5. Encourage research into ethical artificial intelligence and launch a major national participatory cause around a research project of general interest. And 6, finally, and 6, strengthen the ethics function within companies, for example, to develop of ethics committees, to dissemination of sectorial best practice, or the revision of ethics charter can be considered. Thank you for your attention. And of part 3, dealing with UNESCO forums and some international programs. See you in the next part 4, dealing with why those artificial intelligence need ethics. To be continued, the part 4. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.